Hey guys, so we got a big one here today. This is probably going to be one of my bigger videos out of all the other stuff I've done, as this is, again, a big landmark, and also probably will be as big as the imminent disclosure video I posted about Dr. Greer's website, dpiarchive.com, which has been looked at by the right people. Paradigm Institute, which is the army of lawyers that are looking to prosecute the military-industrial complex, certainly the black budget programs, legacy programs that are going on within the UFO issue. Now, one Matthew Pines, who is the Director of Intelligence at Sentinel-1 and a National Security Fellow at the Bitcoin Policy Institute, made claims on what will be going on in the next few months with the UFO transparency. There is also a claim that a bigwig, some big famous guy that a lot of people know, apparently they keep saying, if you watch the news, you know who this person is, will be confirming David Grush's claims from last year. He talks about the Schumer-Rounds bill, and the Senate does not trust Arrow at all. They know that Arrow is compromised. I'll jump to that later, but they know that Arrow is compromised and a way of filtering the information and then dissuading potentially the general public or intelligence people, or not intelligence people, but people that are trying to divulge the reality of what's going on, and so that they can take control of the narrative and provide disinformation. That's what I think their purpose is, personally. Luna says, a new hearing is definitely happening. Now, let's break this all down. This Matthew Pine character's come out of nowhere, by the way. So you guys remember the SALT conference, which is the prestigious investment conference that goes on, I believe, once a year in New York. Since then, there's still a lot of chatter on Wall Street about this, just to be very clear. As this guy has stated, there's a lot of people discussing this, and the reason why they're discussing it is because the people in the financial world want to be first in line to work out how to monetize this. So they're not doing this for the disclosure efforts, they're doing this so that they can make a lot of money, okay? Anytime it's to do with investment, they're always 10, 20 years ahead of everybody else. That is why the fingers of Wall Street are getting involved in the UFO disclosure situation, because there are technologies that are being witnessed, technologies that have been reverse engineered that they want to monetize on, which is why you're seeing a push from the financial sector on this stuff. That's why there's so many people now coming out the woodwork from Wall Street, because the conversation is still going on. Now, I have a couple of friends that work in investment here in London. There's even talk about UFO disclosure on Liverpool Street in London now. So there are a select group of individuals, whether they're hedge fund managers or people that work for investment banks, that are now talking about this continuously based on legislation going on Capitol Hill in Congress right now with the Schumer Amendment, and now the new amendment, the Rounds Schumer Amendment bill that he's co-sponsored. So effectively what's going on here is this guy is saying that the start of disclosure is going to happen August 1st. He's going to say it's going to happen in August and progress on from there. Now remember, this is a 7-year process. They're going to drip feed the information to us, the people that are up front, like myself, that are doing the research. And subsequently to that, we will then drip feed that information to you people, to you guys, the general public. And he said, percentage-wise, people that are in the know, that are constantly looking at this information, will learn maybe 2 or 3% every day. And the people that are now watching influencers and people like myself that are sort of amateur journalists on this issue will be basically divulging information whereby the general public will be getting 1 or 2% every couple of weeks. He said this is the best way forward, because that way it can be drip fed and controlled, and we won't have what we call this catastrophic disclosure. Now, the crazy part about this is that there are a lot of moving parts, and it's also involved with media. He's saying that Lou Elizondo's book, Imminent, that is being released in August, is part of the disclosure process. And that's what I'm talking about, the drip feed stuff, is that stuff that you will be able to take from the book and then learn and then divulge, like I'll probably end up doing when I get the book, is how they intend on it being done. This is how they want it to be done. They want people like me out there pushing the information out to you guys so that we can drip feed the information slowly, and then slowly over time there'll be mass adoption of what's going on, because we can't all just find out 100% of us tomorrow. It's too much. There would be too much chaos, and it wouldn't be good for the financial markets or anything, personally. So I think this is a sensible move in what Matthew Pines is claiming to happen over the next few months. Now, this bigwig they're talking about, they said it's somebody that if you watch the news, you'll know who it is. So he's really left, he knows who it is. Now, I want you guys, this is a big one. I need you guys to watch Vetted or Down to Earth with Christian Harloff. They give a 50-minute segment on this stuff with snippets from the interview on a Bitcoin podcast. It's on the top right, you'll see the name of the podcast. I can't remember it right now. Where they've cut all the most important parts. Now, some of the claims this man is making, this is a big one. How do I put this without losing my cool here? He was at that secret meeting that David Grush was at. Remember, someone filmed a meeting with David Grush when he was talking to a bunch of people in New York. That was primarily people in the financial institution. I think David Grush was strategic about that because I think he knows that without financial implementation, we can't push this hard. Now, as I say, there's a lot of talk about the financial institute getting involved in this situation, but the stuff that this man is talking about is wild, and the claims he's making in terms of what these things are, and that there is in fact a difference between, let me get this right, aliens and extraterrestrials. They're not the same thing. I don't want to go into detail about this because this isn't an area I'm fully up to snuff with. I need to do way more research before I start sharing this with you guys, because I do not want to provide you with disinformation or the wrong information. But he is claiming that there is a difference from what they've gathered so far from the information that's being shared, that there is a difference between ET and aliens. It's not the same thing, which is very interesting. I don't know what that means, and I don't want you guys going out there making claims that Daniel said this, blah, blah, blah. I'm just divulging what I have heard directly from Matthew Pines, okay? Please go and watch the full podcast if you need to see this. I just need to be very careful on how I word this, because I think this is going to be a big video, and I think this is a big milestone. What a lot of the guys have said, from Tim Gallaudet to David Grush to Carl Nell, and also that UFO lobbyist whose name always eludes me, who did a really good segment with Down to Earth with Christian Harloff, said that that it would be imminent in January. I think that is what is happening tomorrow. Okay, that is what is going to happen August 1st, 2024. We're now 31st of July. They're 8 months behind schedule, but I think that's what I think there's a disclosure starting tomorrow based on what this man is saying. So I urge all of you to go out there, do your research, look up Matthew Pines, look at his credentials, watch these two podcasts, both of them. If you've got time, watch both of them. One's on Vetted, one is on Down to Earth with Christian Harloff. I know I'm repeating myself, but I want to make sure you guys get all the correct information so we can learn together and have a vast majority of people on this quickly to dissect anything that doesn't seem right. Because some of the claims this man is making, he seems very well versed in the topic, by the way. He seems very up to date, and he knows all about the UAPDA and all that other stuff. So I think that this man is very convincing in what he's saying, but it's the first time I've heard of him. It's the first time I've seen him. But I think he was at the SALT conference, and I think he was at that private hearing that David Grush threw with a select group of people that I believe to be from the financial institution. So watch both those podcasts. I will post them in the description below. And just to finish this off, Senator Paulina Luna said that there's definitely going to be another hearing. They've got some exciting news to forward, and that was I think recorded by Matt Laszlo, by the way, who I love, by the way. He's brilliant. On Capitol Hill. So this is really exciting. Apparently there's going to be a female lead this time, a female chair running this next hearing. I have a feeling it's going to be Kirsten Gillibrand. I'm on the fence about her right now. I don't know if she's pro-DOD or pro-disclosure. I don't know where she sits, but this is a big update, and I'd urge all of you to do your research on this and follow the descriptions and all the bits and bobs I'll leave in the comments box below. But that's everything for now. If anything else comes up, I will do another short one today, because this is all coming in very quickly. So I'm just trying to learn as much as I can so that you guys are up to date. All right, that's it for now, guys. Thanks very much.